Meeting's called to order. Stella, if you'd read the call, please.
Notice of the public meeting of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville. Pursuant to Chapter 551, Title 5 of the Texas Government Code, the Texas Open Meetings Act, notice is hereby given that the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, in accordance with Article 5, Section 12 of the Charter of said city, will convene an executive session and regular meeting on Tuesday, November 15th, 2005, at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. in the Commission Chambers on the second floor of the Brownsville City Hall, Federal Building located at 1001 East Elizabeth Street, Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas. Executive session item A, discussion pursuant to Section 551.072 of the Texas Government Code regarding real property, and executive session item B, discussion regarding Section 551.72 of the Texas Government Code regarding real property.
You have a motion? So moved. Motion by Commissioner Nunn, seconded by Commissioner Roy to go into executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We'll be in executive session. All right, good evening, everybody. If everybody would please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one and indivisible. Please remain standing. Pastor Chuck Sherrill will lead us in the invocation this evening.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for the gift of government. We thank you for these officials, for the mayor, the commissioners. We thank you for the importance of the decisions that are going to be made tonight. We pray wisdom on them, that they would make proper and just decisions that would please you. We pray for this city. We pray that you would bless this city, that the city would grow in your love and receive all that you have for them. We pray this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. All right. The first proclamation. Do we have anybody here from the National Lupus? Welcome. You'll step forward. This is a proclamation of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas, designating October 2005 as National Lupus Awareness Month. We apologize. We had a miscommunication, but we're going to make sure we get it right, even if we're a week or two late. Whereas lupus is a chronic disease that afflicts approximately 2 million people in the United States, and whereas a majority of those affected by this debilitating disease, which is more common than leukemia, muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, multiple sclerosis, and cystic fibrosis, are adult women, and numbers are greater among African American, Asian, and Hispanic women. And whereas the LFA is the largest advocacy group in the country with over 50 chapters, including the LFA South Texas Chapter, Inc., which is a nonprofit organization with the goals of educating lupus patients, their families, and the general public, provide support services to lupus patients and their families, increase public awareness of the disease, encourage, promote, and support lupus research. Now, therefore, we, the members of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested by the Charter of said city and on behalf of all of our citizens, do hereby declare October 2005 as National Lupus Awareness Month in our city. Signed by the Mayor and the City Commissioners. Thank you for being with us this evening. If you'd like to say a few words.
I would like to thank the Mayor and the City Council for proclaiming October as Lupus Month. Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that affects approximately 2 million people in the United States. The LFA chapter profit organization with the following goals: to educate lupus patients, their families, and the general public. Provide support service to lupus patients and their families. Increase public awareness of the disease. Encourage, promote, and support lupus research. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Next is a proclamation regarding National Home Care Month. Commissioner Camarillo.
Yes, Mayor. If I could have the representatives from Med Team to please come forward.
Smile for a picture.
The proclamation of the City Commission of Brownsville, Texas, proclaiming November 2005 as National Home Care Month. Whereas the Med Team Incorporated, a home health care agency, has been in business for nearly 30 years, and for the past 3 years has been serving patients in the Brownsville area. And whereas in addition to the usual home health services, Med Team has developed specialized programs such as diabetic self-management, joint replacement, and healthy heart, all of which include the use of state-of-the-art equipment. And whereas Med Team provides home health, primary home care, and community-based alternative services for patients in the Brownsville area and surrounding areas. And whereas such services are provided by a staff that includes RNs, LVNs, physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, medical social workers, and home health aides, primary home care supervisors, primary home care coordinators, and over 90 providers. Now, therefore, we, the members of the City Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested by the Charter of said city, do hereby proclaim November 2005 as National Home Care Month, and further encourage all of our citizens to become informed as to the many benefits and advantages available through home health care. Done on this, the 15th day of November 2005. Signed, the Mayor, Eddie Trevino Jr., and the rest of the City Commission.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If I may, I'd
Absolutely.
like to just take this opportunity, Honorable Mayor, gracious commissioners, and all the wonderful people of the City of Brownsville. My name is Gloria Butcher Happy Gonzalez, and Brownsville has been my home for all my life. I won't tell you how many years. I'm very proud to serve the people of Brownsville in the field of health care, and we are all here to help the people achieve a quality of life that is improved through knowledge and education of bettering their own health care. So again, I thank you for taking this opportunity to recognize the importance that a healthy Brownsville citizen makes a better community for all of us. Thank you all again.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you. Keep up the great work. The first presentation we have is from Leadership Brownsville regarding the upcoming season. Toy
Mayor,
drive.
Commission, Ms. Lisa Vega from our City Secretary's office will do this.
We know her.
presentation.
She looks familiar.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners.
Do you have anybody else with you?
Yes, my fellow classmates are here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you about our current project that we're working on right now. Let me recognize my class members. The one who's passing out is Vicky Mercado, Ana Lopez, Sunil Rupani, Andrew Hartzler, and Frank Lopez. Some of my classmates that came to help us and give us support as well. We would like to let you know that I'm here not as an employee, but as a member of Leadership Brownsville Class 21. And in our class right now, we have a very good group, and what we wish to achieve is to create an awareness of all the existing projects right now that the City of Brownsville is doing, which create an impact in the community. Some of the projects that we are participating in and that we have done already is that we were sponsors in the Los Fresnos Rodeo, and we donated to become a sponsor. We're also going to be doing a toy drive, which we're going to be speaking to you about right now. And also we're going to be participating in the cleanup this Saturday as a class. Right now, our toy drive, which we are currently beginning as of yesterday, will be from November the 14th to December the 16th, and it's going to benefit Avance. And Avance is a group that I think that really touched us as a group when we visited this program located in the Moody Clinic. This small group of ladies who dedicate themselves to help these families in the colonias in the southern Cameron and Willacy counties. And what they really do is they strengthen the family unit and they enhance the parenting skills, and they also help with the development of children. So with this toy drive, we want to help them with the kids in their program that they have about 1,200 kids enrolled right now. So our goal is to probably raise about 600 toys. And what we're asking is to your support in helping us get this toy drive going. We have several drop-off locations. We have the Lone Star National Bank has graciously loaned us their locations on Boca Chica and on the Expressway. Wireless Toys Valley-wide also is a drop-off location. We have the Port of Brownsville. The Port of Brownsville that's going to be also as a drop-off point. Valley Regional Medical Center. We have our city libraries, both Central Boulevard and Southmost Branch. The Gold Corner here in downtown. City Hall is also a drop-off point. The UTBTSC Athletics Department and Biology Department are drop-off points. And is there any other ones that we haven't? I think right now we're still a couple pending, but those are a lot of the drop-off locations that we have. Right now also we're being announced on Channel 12 as a favor from Jerry,
Absolutely.
the library.
Take advantage of that.
So as a class, we're here to ask for your support. As a member, I'm asking for your support as well, as on behalf of my classmates as well. It's a good experience and we really enjoy. We're a big, diverse group of people and we work very well together, I think, as a group, and we're hoping that we're going to do some more projects coming up in the spring. But right now, these are just some of the projects that we're working on right now for the winter.
Well, we want to commend you and the entire leadership of Brownsville, Class 21, right?
Yes.
Class 21,
Yes.
for taking this initiative and having so many different projects to have an impact in our community. So we wish you the best of luck. You can count on our support, and we'll let the citizens know of your worthwhile project. So look into the camera, Lisa, and ask for some help.
City of Brownsville, we ask that you please donate a new unwrapped toy at the drop-off locations that we mentioned. 600 is our goal, but we're happy to accept many, many more. Believe me, these kids really, really would enjoy it. The drive is going to be, like I said, from the 14th to the 16th at any of the drop-off locations. Feel free to contact any of the locations and they'll let you know where they can drop them off. So we ask all the support that we can get.
Lisa, you said that the toy drive is going to be from
It was started yesterday.
November the 14th through December the 16th.
December the 16th,
All right.
yes. Give
All
me
right.
about a month
Thank
long.
you. All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Now you got to get back to work. All right, next we have a presentation. Is CY here? I thought I saw him walk in. Come on up, CY, from Keppel Amfels. Right after Hurricane Katrina, we began a citywide effort in an attempt to raise money to support the victims of Hurricane Katrina. And CY is here to do a presentation. So, CY, welcome. We're glad to have you here this evening.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Commissioners. We just come here humbly to present a small donation for the Katrina victims. They come from the employees as well as the company. It's just a small check. It's a token of the feelings of the employees of MFELS towards the Katrina victims. It is my pleasure to do this presentation.
I want to thank you very much on behalf of the entire city. This is a check for $6,451.
Oh.
At the next city commission meeting, we're going to give a final tally as to where we ended up. So again, we'd ask for a little bit more support. I don't know if we're going to quite get to 161,000, but I can tell you that we have surpassed 100,000. So again, thank you for all those that participated and gave us your support. So.
Good news.
All right, item 3.
Item 3, consent agenda items A through D.
Mayor, so moved to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Cedeno, seconded by Commissioner Longoria. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next, I'm sorry, we're going to do item 10. All right, item 10.
Okay. Item 10, consideration and action on resolution number 2005-036-03, amending resolution number 2003-036-02, Article 4, membership and terms of office of the Brownsville Board of Film Commission, bylaws.
Honorable Mayor, Commissioners, this is simply an amendment of the bylaws so that all of our members of the Film Commission start and end in the same 2-year period in December. They had been scattered throughout the 2 years. This way they would all start in December, rather than having to do this 3 times. We can do it all in one time. In fact, we can do it this evening. Next, if you so choose.
Okay.
So move to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Zendo, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Back to item 4.
Back to item 4, consideration and action to appoint or reappoint 10 members to the Brownsville Board of Film Advisory Commission.
Honorable Mayor, Commissioners, these folks are the folks that were chosen by this commission and mayor. They've served 2 years. They've all agreed to they've all worked very hard. I think we've done quite a job in the last 2 years. They've all agreed to serve another 2 years at your pleasure. If that is your pleasure, then they'd like to work another 2 years for the city of Brownsville and to bring more films and more excitement to the city of Brownsville. But that's up to you. Yes, certainly. George Ramirez, Larry Joko, Michelle Garcia, Sel Zayas, Patrick Rodriguez, Joseph Zavaleta Jr., Mike Saldana, George Gavito, who's currently serving, been appointed by the CVB, Sandra Duran, who's appointed by us, by the Film Commission, and happily David Betancourt, and I'm glad he's staying. He's been a great benefit to us, and I'm appointed as the Film Commissioner by the City Commissioner.
I'd like to move that we approve those and extend them another 2 years.
I'll second that.
A motion to approve by Commissioner Arroyo, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Peter. Good luck.
Thanks, Peter.
Item 5.
Item 5, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2005-060 to rezone from dwelling A classification to general retail G classification, 1.69 acres out of lots 5, 6, and 13 through 16 of Harrington Place subdivision near Expressway 7783 and Old Alice Road.
Honorable Mayor and City Commission, this is the property outlined in red. This is the Expressway 77. This lagoon here is the flea market site. The proposal here is that the applicant would like to have a tile store, retail store on this site. The Plan Zoning Commission voted to approve this recommendation to you.
This is a public hearing.
I'd move to close.
Motion to close by Commissioner Logodi, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action.
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Camarillo, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'm sorry, Commissioner Betancourt seconded that motion.
You caught it.
Item 6.
Item 6, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2005-061 to rezone from dwelling Z classification to medium retail G classification, Lot 5 of Block 2 of Cameron Park Addition near Paredes Line Road and Alton Glore Boulevard.
Honorable Mayor, this is Paredes Line Road here. This is the property outlined in red. The applicant here would like to have a retail store. The Plan Zoning Commission voted to recommend this application to you.
This is a public hearing.
Move to close.
Motion to close by.
Second.
Sir, do you have any objection to this particular application? Sir, I'll answer your question. We would not be addressing a zoning issue outside of the city limits of Brownsville. So this particular piece of property is within the city limits of Brownsville.
Mr. Ruiz, to answer your question, that property on Paredes Line in the front, that belongs to the city. That is
first block.
The first block.
The first lot.
Before, on the entrance, those lots do belong to the city of Brownsville.
Cameron Park does not.
Thank you, sir.
Any other comments?
Move to close or
We have a motion to close by, I'm sorry, Commissioner Camarillo, motion, move to close, seconded by Commissioner Betancourt. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action.
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Camarillo, seconded by Commissioner Arroyo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 7.
Item 7, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2005-062-S to allow a general retail specific use machine shop in a medium retail use district for Lot 4 of Block 2 of Tandy subdivision near State Highway 100 and FM 803.
Honorable Mayor and City Commission, this is the area shaded in red. This is State Highway 100. City of Los Fresnos is over in this direction. You have FM 803 here. There is a specific use. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted to recommend this application to you.
This is the public hearing.
I'd move to close.
Second.
Motion to close by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Commissioner Betancourt. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action.
Move to approve.
Move to
Second.
approve by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Commissioner Nettles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next item.
Item 8, public hearing and action on first reading of ordinance number 235-2005-063 to rezone from dwelling A classification to medium retail G classification, lots 16 and 18 of Bates Circle home site near Hannah Drive and Expressway 7783.
This is the property shaded in red here. Honorable Mayor and City Commission. The Zoning Commission voted unanimously to approve this recommendation to you. It is for a little store.
For a what?
Little grocery store, neighborhood grocery store.
The recommendation was approved, right?
Yes.
Move to close public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing by Commissioner Nettles, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action.
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Nettles, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next item.
Item number 9, consideration and action authorizing the city manager to execute a lease agreement and a memorandum of understanding for Nutri subdivision lots 2 and 4, Block 1, between the city of Brownsville and the University of Texas at Brownsville and Texas Southmost College.
As you may recall, Mayor and Commissioners, for the last 18 months since the Neutra House was named as one of the 11 most endangered historic sites by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, we've been searching for a solution to make this a genuine historic preservation and a treasure for the city of Brownsville. I think at this point, with the collaboration of UTB and TSC, we have come to what I believe to be a good solution. That solution being a lease agreement with UTB TSC, whereby the city of Brownsville retains ownership of the building and the land, and UTB takes on the responsibility of renovating the building, making it a public place for the people of the city of Brownsville. We share the glory of what that building will become, both the city and the university. It's not just my feeling, and hopefully the Commission's, but the National Trust for Historic Preservation is aware of this pending arrangement if it's approved by the City Commission, and I'd like to read their reaction. This is from Daniel Carey, Director of the Southwest Region, who was down here and named it at the ceremony for the 11 most endangered. As Director of the Southwest Office of the National Trust for Historic Preservation, I write in support of the City of Brownsville's plans to lease the George Krager House to the University of Texas at Brownsville, Texas Southmost College. The university's proposal to restore the Krager House according to Richard Neutra's plans is most encouraging, and the National Trust is in favor of this strategy. When the National Trust listed the Krager House as one of America's 11 most endangered historic places in 2004, we did so not to criticize what was a difficult situation, but to draw positive attention and spark creative solutions to the dilemma of stewarding this unique historic resource. According to the proposed agreement between the City of Brownsville and UTB-TSC, it appears that this goal is within reach. To that end, the National Trust urges both parties to stay the course and pursue the execution of an agreement that will ensure that this 1937 landmark be properly restored and made accessible to the public. 5 years ago, the City of Brownsville boldly stepped in to purchase and secure the Krager House when it was in danger. Currently, the university is developing a preservation solution that will adaptively use the building for modern purposes. Each party is to be thanked and recognized for its leadership role in protecting this landmark of the recent past. If the National Trust can advance this project by providing assistance to either party, please contact me in Fort Worth. Sincerely, Daniel Carey, Director, National Trust Southwest Office. What I'd like to do, hopefully, at the end of this evening is call Mr. Carey and invite him down for a ceremony that says that this has been put in effect, and hopefully inviting him down for the restoration, the beginning of the restoration of the Neutra House, and taking us off the 11 most endangered list and putting us on the 11 most celebrated list for the National Trust. And Dr. Garcia is here from the university if you folks have any questions.
Let me take this opportunity, Peter, to congratulate you, Ben Medina, our planning department, our city manager, and most of all, I also want to give thanks to Dr. Garcia and the administration and the Board of Trustees at UTB-TSC for partnering up with the city to solve this problem, which I think is going to provide another added attraction for our city. It's going to preserve a piece of history that 99% of the people here in this community don't even realize that we have. And it's going to create another gem in the historical preservation process that we are undertaking here in Brownsville that we hope to continue for the benefit of everybody. So if there's no further comment, I'd move to approve with the changes that we've discussed to approve the MOU between the city and UTB-TSC.
I'll second.
And was seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations and good luck.
Good luck.
And Mayor, members of the Commission, I'll make sure with the City Secretary that we've included the changes with HUD guidelines that were discussed with both the lease agreement and the memorandum of understanding.
All right. Next item.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Item number 11, consideration and action on resolution number 2005-042
You need to come back, Peter.
to permit free parking at all downtown parking meters during the holiday season from Monday, December 12th, 2005 through Saturday, December 24th.
God, we've been doing this for almost over 10 years. It's a way of thanking the folks who take the trouble to come downtown, search for parking, and so for these 2 weeks we do offer free parking. We hope that they don't give it to their employees, just like we encourage our city employees to use it on weekends and after 5 o'clock, but not during the day. And we know it brings people downtown, and we thank the traffic department for putting bags and ribbons around those meters. And they, just so that you folks know, that the traffic department does not count that revenue in their budget, because we've been doing it for so long, so it's not a loss to them. And we think everybody appreciates it, and we look forward to your support on this.
So move to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Cisneros, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Peter. Item 12.
Item 12, consideration and action on resolution number 2005-040, authorizing the submittal of funding applications to Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation for quality of life projects for fiscal year 2006.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This is the first step in the 4B process for the Parks and Rec Department for projects that we're looking to do for next year's budget. Any questions on any of the projects we have?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 projects totaling $810,000.
We'll submit most of these, but we'll probably have to, cut out a couple because the reduction in the funds, and go on from there.
Okay. Any questions? This is an action item.
To approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Camarillo, seconded by Commissioner Cisneros. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item 13, consideration and action to adopt resolution 2005-041, authorizing the submittal of funding applications to the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation for quality of life projects for fiscal year 2006, Dean Porter Park Bank Stabilization Project.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This, once again, as Mr. Keller mentioned, is a proposal that we seek to put before BCIC with your approval. This resolution would allow us to seek funding to build a retaining wall along the bank, I guess the east bank behind Cummings, from the Children's Museum all the way to 6th Street. If you'll scroll down to some of the pictures, we'll see where a lot of the erosion has been taking place for a while, to the point that it's impacting some of the restoration projects that are already in place. We're looking at about 1,200 linear feet of retaining wall. The price, approximate price per linear foot is $100 per foot. So the sum total of the project would be $120,000. However, we're obviously going to try and bring that price down. Certain elements of this retaining wall might curtail that cost. We don't want a very high retaining wall. We want it low enough to go ahead and stabilize the bank, but also, I mean, high enough to stabilize the bank, but low enough to where animals can come and go into the water and get out, ducks, ducklings. If a dog should fall in, we want it obviously to go ahead and be able to move out of there. Once again, this is a resolution for your adoption, and we'll seek funding if you so approve.
Joe, can any of that be done in-house?
Well, we've looked into that option before, and it's pretty cost prohibitive. It's very specialized.
It's very specialized work. I've seen people who get into this business and aren't quite sure, and you end up
doubling up your cost.
So on the short end of
create
the
more
stick.
problems than-
I've seen this dilemma from the backyards of some of those homes, and it's a problem that if we don't address, it's going to get worse and it's going to be more expensive for us.
Exactly, and you're losing obviously park space, and it's also impinging the capacity of that resaca. Hopefully, if this works, we can do something on the other side and maybe some other areas around town.
Yeah. All right, this is an action
Motion to
item.
approve.
Motion approved by Commissioners Nettles.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item 14.
Item 14, consideration and action to approve resolution number 2005-043, establishing a cash securities account for the purchase and sale of stock transferred to the City of Brownsville for public purpose, and designates city representatives authorized to act on behalf of city with regards to said account.
Pete. Take your time.
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Commission, this is an item that we would like for you to approve. This is a resolution authorizing the city manager and the finance director to sell the Valero stock that was contributed to the city for the construction of the Veterans Park. And this is just an authority for us to do that.
All right. This is an action item.
So
Motion to approve by Commissioner Hernandez, seconded by Commissioners Nettles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Bettencourt.
Item
Second.
15, I'm sorry, Bettencourt.
Item 15, consideration and action to approve the plan of finance regarding the issuance of general obligation bonds and certificates of obligation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Commission, the chart that's on the overhead shows you some of the debt that the city has issued since 91 through 2005. And you can see in 95, 96, and 2005, there was no debt issue. Some of the largest one has been in the year 2000, which was a little over $16 million. And one of the things that we can show, even though the city continues to issue debt, that the tax rate has remained constant. And one of the main reasons why the tax rate has remained almost the same for all these years is because of the growth that the city has enjoyed in property values in their growth. The next slide shows the tax rate all those years from 95 through 2006, And it's broken down into two funds, the debt service and the general fund. Again, the debt service and the debt and the general fund distribution of the tax rate is remaining constant, even though the city has issued debt for all these years that we just showed you earlier. Next. And again, as the city continues to issue debt, the city increases the debt service requirements. There is going to be a drop based on what we have right now between 2005 and 2006. But tonight, that's it. Tonight, we are going to present to you a list of some of the items that we would like to finance for the coming year. There were some changes made to the one that you have in your packet. The list that you received in your packet called for $5 million for street construction. Well, that number has been revised to $7 million. So far, only $18,400,000 of the $35 million that was authorized by the voters under Proposition 2 during 2001 remains unissued. We express to the voters that we would like to issue this $35 million in various years. Since we did not issue any debt during fiscal year 2005, we felt that maybe instead of issuing 5, go up to 7 million. And of course, this is a project that the voters approved, and that's something that the city needs. We need to continue to keep our streets in good shape, so therefore some of the money will be going towards these projects. The other items that are here that remain unchanged from the one that you received in your packet is the right-of-way 511 project. This is a local share. There was a reimbursement resolution that was approved by the City Commission in February of 2005, $775,000. Most of these funds have already been advanced to the state, and as soon as the bonds are issued, then we can reimburse the general fund. There's also right-of-way acquisition for the 7783 Expressway. This is a local share. Again, we also had a reimbursement resolution that was approved by the City Commission, authorizing us to advance approximately $300,000 for this right-of-way. Also, we've had 2 reimbursement resolutions, one on March 1st and the other one on September 27, authorizing us to borrow $760,000 for the remodeling of the City Plaza. Another project that we have talked to you in the past is regarding the enterprise modernization project, which is the citywide financial management and wireless system. The cost that we have right now is $6.6 million. The East Loop project, we talked to our engineer. In the original package, we had $2.6 million. That number has been reduced to $500,000, with the understanding that we are not going to spend the $2.6 million during the coming year. The remaining $2 million would come in future years, so there was no reason for us to issue the entire amount next year. Also, we have, in the previous schedule, we had $326,000 for the fire department, mainly an ambulance. That number has been reduced to $150,000. Also, police vehicles. In the original list, we had $700,000. Since then, we've talked to the...
I'm sorry. That amount was reduced to $150,000 because...
He felt that he could do away, he didn't need the $326,000 after all. He can live with $150,000 for the coming fiscal year. On the police vehicles, we talked to the police chief. We originally had $700,000. Police chief agreed to come up with the other portion on his side, so we're going to propose $480,000. There's a new line item here that for landfill, to purchase land adjacent to the current landfill, and what Public Works Director is proposing for us to acquire this property and all the land that we are going to use, or in other words, we're going to use dirt. Right now, we're purchasing quite a bit of dirt from other owners, and by acquiring this land, they feel, or the Public Works Director feels, that it would pay for itself within the next 4 or 5 years. So that's a recommendation, because right now we are spending approximately maybe $260,000 in dirt, that right now the only thing that we require to buy from the Navigation District, I believe, is $60,000. So anything above that would be a savings for us.
Excuse me, Pete. The landfill is spending $260,000 a year for soil or dirt?
David, can you correct me on that? Is that a correct amount?
266,000 yards.
Oh, $500,000, sorry, $500,000.
Every year?
Every year for dirt.
Mr. Gonzalez, you said that we are required to get dirt through Port of Brownsville?
The purchase
Only
of the
60,000, right?
There was an
the
agreement.
landfill property, the contract that was signed mandated that we buy a certain percentage of our dirt from the port. After that, we can buy dirt from
A certain amount.
A certain amount.
1,000 yards?
30,000 yards. After that, we can purchase
On the market.
dirt on the market.
And how much is 30,000 yards in dollars?
$2.
$60
per square yard.
Oh, okay.
$2 a yard, 60,000.
David,
Thank
what's
you.
the size of the property that we're going to acquire?
It's 125 acres that's neighboring the landfill.
125 acres?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There been an appraisal done?
No, this is in its infancy, Mayor.
Okay.
Let's go in executive session.
Yeah, I was
Property-
going to say, why?
Why?
We're not to that point yet.
Well, I don't think this ought to be on here, Pete.
Got it.
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't think this should be on here. Now, I did notice that you took off the multimodal share.
Yes, we talked to Norma, and we are right now, we're not certain whether or not we're going to need the local share.
At this
And
point.
At this point. If we are realized during the remaining part of the fiscal year, let's say around May or June or July, that we are going to need an advance, what we can do is we can go ahead and approve a reimbursement resolution and to issue the debt for 2007 instead of 2006. What we're trying to do is we're trying to delay as much as we can or reduce the issue as much as we can. But that's an item that can certainly be looked at in the future. And I'm speaking the future, meaning some months during fiscal year 2006 that we may not need the payment until, let's say, the early part of 2007. And then the last item.
Go ahead.
The last item we have is the fueling system. The bus has been, for the last few years, has been asking us to relocate or to construct a new fueling system for all city vehicles that are not bus vehicles. Right now, all the city vehicles fuel at the bus location, and the FDA, Federal Transportation Administration, would like for us to purchase our own fuel system. And this fueling system will be located at the Public Works yard.
The software and hardware, the 6.6.
We've been told that we're going to need this within the next 12 months if the City Commission blesses this project.
Well, I don't have any holy water with us tonight, but I just want to know, and I know Gail has told us that we need to update our computer system. I just want to know what the 6.6 for, because it also includes the Wi-Fi. And
What we-
I don't know if there's been any discussion with any of the other entities, such as PUB or the university or the school district, where we might be able to partner up on some of this computer infrastructure that's going to be necessary in order to create these hotspots where people can. But is that just one aspect of it? Because if that's one aspect of it, I'd rather not borrow that money until we have something in place. But if part of this includes updating our in-house computer system that has to be done, then what's that gonna, what portion out of the entire amount is that? Gail?
Get it? 4 million, maybe?
The wireless part of it is actually 1/3 of the total project cost, but the problem is both of those need to go together. It's not like a either or. We need both of those to build the infrastructure base and then put the applications on top of that. Can't really do one without the other. To answer your question with regard to the university and
Or anybody.
Cameron County or whatever, we have been meeting with them, and part of the business model plan is to partner up with maybe the school district and or university, PUB, to try to bring in some revenue and or funding for this project. So it's part of the overall business plan. We don't have all those things in place right now, but that's part of the phase 1 assessment that IBM just completed.
Gail, if our computer system is dated or was put in place with the majority of it back in 86?
The technology base is 86. We bought the hardware in, I believe it was 93 COs.
So since then, we really have not
upgraded?
No, what has happened is the funding has been available for various departments through mostly federal funding. For example, BUS has the ITS system in place. That was federal funding. Police has been able to gain funding through Homeland Security and other avenues for the justice type of programs. And library has done a good job of getting U-rate funding, as you know. So what we're trying to do is just bring up the rest of the city to that level and try to incorporate all of those other great departments that have been technologically advanced and utilize them more effectively. So we really need to do all of it together. We really can't. We looked at the possibility of separating it over 2 fiscal years, but IBM assured me that we can get everything done in 1 fiscal year.
Are there any grants or other funding avenues available to us to help subsidize or assist us in this project?
I just want to mention that part of this overall process, I've been working on this project for approximately 1.5 years already, and part of the funding was to apply for the Technology Opportunities Grant, which was a highly competitive grant in 2004, which we did not get. It was a $750,000 matching grant. We did not get that grant. Since then, 2005, the funding has been stopped.
Yeah.
So I have applied for one other small grant, did not receive that grant. I might want to mention that we are working through IBM with a company called the Grants Office out of Rochester, New York. We are a pilot project through IBM, and basically for free, they're trying to find us money through grants. So I've been working with them. We just had a meeting last week with Jeff Johnson to try to see if there was some funding in that arena that we could pull in and incorporate it into the project to help probably maybe defer some of the cost of the emergency part of the infrastructure, since we're trying to establish this wireless system to enable the first responders as well as financial applications and building inspections, code enforcement, help, the rest of the other departments. So it's really going to benefit everybody. It really needs to be done together.
Okay.
And an IBM rep is here if you have any other questions.
Anybody have any other questions for that?
Chief, did you have something?
Also, this includes the monies for the technology for fire module to blend in with the existing police application software that's there and the hardware. And also the chief has, well, do we have word that tomorrow we'll find out. We're trying to get half of the funding from the 911, Cameron County 911 board. So if we do get that funding, it'll be about $250,000 towards the project. So I'm trying to get funding. It's a little.
Good luck.
All right. Well, it's clearly this is something that's overdue and that needs to be done.
I was in a meeting with a couple of commissioners in Dallas, and the city of Corpus Christi is spending between $30 and $40 million on their wireless system, and we're going to spend around $2. I think the income potential is unlimited. What we can do with it, I don't see how we can't do it as a unit, as a joint project.
We need to be progressive on these issues. Gail, I want to commend you because I know you've been spending a lot of time on this project, so clearly it's necessary. If anybody doesn't have any more questions, I want to go back to Pete for a couple of questions. Pete, on the reimbursement amounts, which are the first four amounts that you mentioned, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
We've already spent that money, right?
Yes.
So my concern is we're talking about 1.7, give or take, 1.8. We've already spent that money. I realize that impacted our fund balance and our general fund.
No, because we are not charging it as an expense to the general fund. It's just a loan.
Well, I mean, we've spent that money. And we're talking about paying it back over 20 years to ourselves. I'd like to wait on these four amounts just to see where we are fund balance wise and general fund balance wise. And if we need to borrow that money for for another project, not just for reimbursement purposes, I understand that. But if the money's already been spent and we're not in a position right now where we have to go and use that money for something else, I'd prefer waiting rather than borrowing another almost $2 million. Now, what I've not heard is how much we can actually borrow right now without it impacting our plan.
It's coming up.
You were saving the best for the last.
Yes. Tonight you can, and I just let me emphasize this is the first time we give you, with the exception of some of the few projects that are here, like for instance the City Plaza. We've talked about that before. We've talked about the $6.6 million. We can certainly. I guess what I'm saying is that you don't have to approve anything tonight. Maybe go over it and we can bring this up to you at the next meeting. And I hear what you're saying, Mayor, but right now what you're on the reimbursement resolutions that you have approved for the City Plaza, that money is not recorded as an expense, so therefore it is not impacting the general fund balance because it is not recorded as an expense. It is just a loan. If we include this,
well, we spent the money.
Right. But right now, since we have not closed the books, let's say there's a decision made that we do not want to borrow this money, then we would charge it to the general fund.
Is there a time frame on that reimbursement that this decision has to be made by?
No, there's probably about a year to a year.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we need to do that reimbursement right now.
Oh, it's already done.
Well, we haven't borrowed the money to pay ourselves back.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if we don't have to do that right now, I don't think we should do that right now.
I'm recommending right now for us to look. This is the first night that we present this to you. Look it over. Let's make changes on our next meeting that we have, maybe our next meeting next month. I can go over what this will cost. That's the next thing that I'd like to go over with you. But you certainly don't have to take any action. We don't want to put you in a spot of taking an action when this is the first time you saw most of this list tonight. So on the first page, following the first schedules, 204, if we want to do anything, there wouldn't be much of an impact on the tax rate. It would be almost 0.9 9/10 of 1 cent, so it's less than a penny if we were not to do anything based on what we have right now without issuing any debt. If we issue the debt, that's on 3 or 4, the tax increase in pennies would be 4.62%. But if we do some restructuring, which is listed on page 4, the impact would be only half a penny. By restructuring means that we delay some of the payments, because the city of Brownsville has had a history of paying principal in large amounts at the start, at the beginning. We can certainly restructure where we can delay some of these payments based on this $11.6 million, and the impact would be only half a penny. Now, this is what we're telling you right now, but when we get, and history has shown this to us, that when we do our tax rate every year, we see a growth in our tax rolls. Right now, we are only showing 5% growth in our tax roll. Chances are construction continues to be strong. We had a 7% increase the last few years. That obviously that half penny is not going to be there. Increase. Again, we would maybe recommend for you to go over this list, make any changes, and then we'll come back to you at our next meeting.
Pete, this morning I saw a report that the peso is at an all-time low. Do you expect that to affect us in our economy and the money that comes in to our economy from our...
Our sales tax commissioner continues to be at a same growth as the last few years. I know in 2004 we had an increase of 7% on our sales tax. Last year we dropped to 5.5%. We continue to see increase, maybe around 5%. To answer your question, it's hard to say. There has been maquiladoras that have maybe left town, Matamoros, but the economy continues
Overall,
to be
though,
strong.
you don't see it affecting our economy?
Not right now.
They've had an increase over the last year. They've been coming back to
Okay.
Matamoros. So.
Yes. Well, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to table this so we can study it further.
All right.
Mayor, yeah, I'd like to see if we can discuss your recommendations and maybe adjust this a little bit and then work
Let's
it out.
fine-tune it.
Make
Let's
some
fine-tune
changes,
it.
and that's what I'd like to second.
Fine-tune it.
Motion to table by Commissioner Neto, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Pete. Item 16.
Item 16, consideration and action on resolution number 2005-045, authorizing the submittal of funding application to Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation for quality of life projects for fiscal year 2006.
Honorable Mayor and City Commission, I'm asking for this resolution that will accompany the application to BCIC for a request of funds to help finance the City of Brownsville's master plan project.
I move we approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner
Second.
Betancourt, seconded by Commissioner Nettles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ben. Item 17.
Item 17, consideration and action to purchase property located on Block 20, Lot 2, Brownsville Original Town Site.
We're supposed to discuss this.
Honorable Mayor and City Commission, 2 meetings ago, I presented this project to you. This project is located on 1254 East Monroe Street. We solicited appraisals for this project. The value of this project is, of this property is $45,000. The owner is Dr. Rafael Arredondo. We negotiated and he agrees to sell the property to the City of Brownsville for that amount of money.
For how much?
$45,000.
All right, this is an action item.
I move to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item 18, consideration and action to purchase property located on Block 65, Lot 1 and 2, Brownsville Original Town Site.
Again, Mayor, this property was presented to you. This is on the corner of Washington Street and 11th. I believe the commission at this time would like to table or reword the agenda item.
You have not begun negotiations on this one, right? Okay, all right. So, is there a motion?
So
Go to
moved.
table?
Motion to table by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Commissioner Hernandez. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 19, thank you, Ben.
Item 19, consideration and action authorizing the City of Brownsville Aviation Department to enter into an interim month-to-month car rental concession agreement with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Mayor, members of the commission, the purpose of this item is to request the city commission authority to enter into a contract with Enterprise Car Rental Company for space made available in the terminal. This, if approved, represents the 6th rental car company that will be located in the terminal. Should also be noted that the location proposed will be temporary while we seek federal design approval for a permanent space for this car rental location. The Airport Advisory Board has recommended approval, as well as staff does. Representatives of Enterprise Car Rental are here in the audience this evening, and they and I will be happy to address any questions you might have.
Enterprise used to be here, correct?
They're over there next to,
Right.
On Billy Mitchell?
By
Right.
Luke's.
On Central
they're
Billy
next to
Mitchell?
Luke
That's
Fruia.
correct.
Yeah.
But not in the terminal itself.
Yep. And now they're coming back.
Right, in the terminal.
Where are they? Who's here?
Police.
We want to welcome you back, and we're glad that you made this good decision for yourselves and for our city.
Thank you.
Good job,
Mayor, with
Larry.
that in mind, I'd move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion approved by Commissioner Longoria, seconded by Commissioner Nettles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Item 20.
Item 20, consideration and action to award a contract for the purchase and installation of 3 digital video recording systems to be placed on 3 fixed route buses.
Honorable Mayor, Commissioners, the Purchasing Department has reviewed proposals which were solicited by the bus department from Safety Vision for the purchase and installation of 3 digital video recording systems. And these will be placed on 3 of our fixed route buses, which are our heavy buses. The system performs mobile surveillance using end-to-end digital video, audio, and sensor recording technology. The recommended contract award will afford bus the opportunity to remain consistent with the camera systems installed in 4 recently purchased buses, and those came equipped with this equipment. Furthermore, the receiver devices already owned by bus will operate with the 3 new recommended cameras, obviating the need to have separate equipment to perform the same job function. We have reviewed this. We're considering it a sole source procurement so that we can remain consistent with the same type of equipment. We ask this evening for your consideration and action to award a contract for the purchase and installation of 3 digital video recording systems to Safety Vision of Houston for $16,674. And you have some imagery up there on the screen that shows what these are. Now these cameras record and store all of the recordings onto a hard disk that remains on the bus, and then it is downloaded at a later time. This is not something that's being transmitted via radio.
City's portion is about $5,000.
Yes, Commissioner, a big portion of this is a grant. I have the exact figure. It's $4,970 will be the local match. $11,703 will be funded through Texas Department of Transportation.
That's a good deal.
Very good. Move to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Arroyo, seconded by Commissioner Nettles. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next item.
Item 21, consideration and action to award a contract for purchase and installation of playground equipment at Portway Acres Park, Ruiz Park, and La Lomita Park.
Mayor and Commissioners, we've solicited a buy-board proposal for this procurement. Parks and Recreation has worked together with Game Time to develop specifications for the playground equipment requirements for this project. The project consists of the purchase, delivery, and installation of playground equipment at Portway Acres Park, Reese Park, and La Lomita Park. All installation, subcontracting, bonds, and installation supervision is included. Game Time, Inc. is the buy-board awarded contractor for this equipment. Game Time, in conjunction with Total Recreation Products, their exclusive representative in this area, will perform the installation. The buy-board quotation is attached for your consideration and action. I'd like to point out that this is will be one of a series of procurements made from Game Time. We've successfully purchased and installed equipment in other projects, and as you can see in the coming up slides, Robert, please, the existing equipment, keep going, or the equipment that we've purchased from Game Time, for example, that is in Garfield Park, And we have at Morningside Park several units, that's being one of them, and also at Galexia Park. So we've been successful with the equipment, it holds up well, and then the kids seem to like it.
Second.
Motion approved by Commissioner Hernandez, seconded by Commissioner Camarillo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item 22, consideration and action to authorize an annual maintenance contract for HVAC and R system equipment for Brownsville Police Department Headquarters Building.
Mayor, Commissioners, in 1999, the Police Administration Building underwent a $1 million plus renovation of their HVAC equipment. One of the factors that brought that about was due to pretty poor maintenance since that building was constructed. Since the time that that money was invested to revamp all of that equipment, we have had a continuous maintenance agreement with the train company. It has been 100% successful, and the equipment is holding up very well. One of the nice things about this agreement that we're bringing to you this evening is that we're doing this under a cooperative purchasing agreement. In other words, Train is the authorized, contracted service agency throughout the state of Texas. And that makes it easy for us to be able to continue using the vendor that we've had success with in the past. Our recommendation to you then is to award this contract to Train. The amount is $45,237. The price is level with the expiring contract from last year. And this is funded through operation budget of the police department.
Hey, Paul, and I believe there wasn't a price change from this year's contract as opposed to last year, right?
It's been, yes.
Maintain the same price?
Yes.
I so move to approve.
Second.
Motion approved by Commissioner Nettles, seconded by Commissioner Hernandez. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item 23, consideration and action to award a term contract for the purchase and delivery of traffic aluminum sign blanks for use by the Brownsville Traffic Department.
Honorable Mayor, Commissioners, the purchasing department solicited formal sealed bids for this project. A total of 2 bids were received and tabulated after they were received on October 19th. We have a bid tabulation there in your packets. I think Robert can put it up on the screen. We are recommending that we go with the low responsible bidder. In this instance is Vulcan Signs, and we have a price list attached to the bid tabulation. The traffic department purchases a variety of signs there. We have a photo, Robert, that shows some of the types. The sign blank is basically the material that the different sign information is printed on or put on with vinyl adhesive.
I move to approve the low bid.
Second.
Motion approved by Commissioner Betancourt, seconded by Commissioner Arroyo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item 24, consideration and action to award a term contract for the purchase and delivery of traffic paint for use by the Brownsville Traffic Department.
Mayor and Commissioners, again, the purchasing department solicited sealed bids for this project. We received these bids on October 19th. We received 3 bids. We are recommending the low responsible bidder, which in this case is Ennis Paint of Ennis, Texas. You can see the estimated quantities that the traffic department will be using. So we're estimating a maximum of $30,784 for this fiscal year. This will be funded through the paving marking operating budget of the traffic department.
All right. This is an action item.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved to approve by Commissioner Betancourt, seconded by Commissioner Longoria. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. We have one public comment this evening. Mr. Ruiz, you want to step forward?
Here we go.
My name is Fernando Ruiz. Good evening, Commissioners, Mayor, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to address the Commission because I am wanting to be placed on the agenda, on your next agenda. And this is a request that I am making under the Texas Open Meetings Act. But I was informed today that since you're home ruled, that I have to go to a commissioner or the mayor or somebody to get on the agenda. So I'm asking all of you that I would like to be placed on the agenda. Next, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you and the public in the election that we had in the last elections for participating. Although, you know, we will never pass a certain mark, still I'm happy that we have a public input. This is very important. It's very important that they vote and that they follow through. You see, this is the problem with our citizens. They go out and vote and they don't understand that that is the beginning of the political process. The second process is to come and attend the meetings so you can find out what's going on and have a voice on the decisions that are being made every day. So anyway, I want to congratulate both sides of the aisle. And I want to congratulate also Mr. Camarillo on his comments in this morning newspaper. I think that's very personal, and I respect him for that. Also, I would like to make a note on the political process. We are well aware that I am a student of government, and I noticed, and I would like to inform you of an observation that I made. In the last election, you know, there were parties on the left, on the right, for example, and we have some public servants that the people of Brownsville have voted to take care of the public purse. This is what your function is. And then some of the commissioners or the mayor, somebody, were against the ruling of what we were voting for, you know, and how can this be possible if we have elected you to represent us? You know, you have a right to vote, the secret vote, right? You can vote however you want to. But in the representation part of it, well, you represent the people. So how can you be part of going against the people? That's your choice, but it's not right. Thank you very much.
This meeting is adjourned.
Didn't make sense.